Perfect. All right. So this is the fun part. This is probably why most of you guys are here to see how the platform works. And let's actually dive right into that. Just give me one moment here while I share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Please drop a thumbs up or something if you do. Perfect. All right. All right. Let's look into how the platform works today. So this is what our platform looks like today. And if some of you are already existing customers and are a little confused, we did actually make a few changes today, this morning. We pushed out some new things to production. So the sidebar might look a little bit different. But anyways, so this is the dashboard, pretty self-explanatory for the most part. As you can see, there's some quick stats around how your calls are being handled. This demo account here is for a fictional restaurant called Crave Theory. So we're going to build an AI agent today that's going to handle all the different workflows of a restaurant end to end. And you'll be able to see how quickly this can be done, but also how powerful the platform is and how extensible everything is. So this is the dashboard. Again, just some quick access stuff. Let's quickly dive into an agent. So here's what our training process looks like. It's actually very simple. There are four steps to training an agent and deploying it to production. First, you configure instructions. So this is where you'll be able to instruct your agent on how to handle the conversation, everything from how to greet the caller to how to handle different workflows. Again, we'll dive more into this. Then the second portion of this is adding different pieces of knowledge. So when I say knowledge, there might be things that you want to train your agent on. Things like product information, your operating hours, your location, could be anything really. This is where you add it. And then your agent will be able to look into that knowledge base and pull in information as needed during the phone call or the chat sessions. Then we have a really nice testing environment where you'll be able to go and test your agents before you deploy it out to the real world. And the last step is launching your agent, which is where you assign a phone number, pick a voice, or you pick the colors and everything else you need for the chatbots. So that's the general process. Any questions so far? I want to make this interactive, and I want to make sure I don't miss any questions as we go through this. So please drop your questions down here. I will be keeping an eye on these as well. Okay, so let's jump into the instructions portion. First, it's just a document editor. If you've used Google Docs or anything else, you're probably already familiar with this interface. There are a few different parts to this, and we're gonna go through these one at a time. First, there's instructions. So instructions, think of it as hiring a human employee and giving them instructions on how to handle day-to-day job. That's literally what instructions are. So we allow you to just type in instructions in plain English, and the agent will be able to follow them through end to end. So let's see how this works. Let's first start by maybe adding a greeting. So when the caller first calls, we probably want to greet them. So we're going to say something like, greet the callers by saying, thank you for, missed a quote here, calling Crave Theory. I am an intelligent assistant that can answer any questions you may have. How may I help you? Okay, that's it. I mean, that's all the instructions you need. Your agent does have access to caller ID information and a bunch of other things about the conversation. So you can even instruct the agent to greet the callers by their name. I mean, as soon as the call's picked up, you can say, hey, John, how are you doing today? That's totally possible depending on your use case. For now, we're going to leave it at this. Next piece, let's add some instructions. Now, there's no right way to structure these things. Everyone probably has their own ways of kind of structuring things. There's no hard and fast rule. I'm just adding some headers here just to make it easier for myself. So first thing with a restaurant is a lot of people call a restaurant to ask for directions. So let's maybe enable that when someone asks for the address, mention that it is 123 Test Street, Austin, Texas. Also offer to have the address texted to them. Perfect. Pretty easy, right? It's gonna say this. That's it. Now we actually have an AI agent that will greet us. And then if someone asks for the address, it'll mention the address and it'll offer to have the address texted to them. There's actually one other part to this that I didn't mention, tools. So to let your agent perform real world tasks, you need to give it access to different tools. Now, I've already added a few here just to kind of prepare for this demo, just so we're not diving into every little bit. But the tool that we need for this specific workflow is the ability to send text messages to the caller. The way you add tools is you just add a tool here. We have a bunch of different ones to pick from, everything from being able to send text messages, emails. There's Zapier integration if you want to do like a more detailed workflow, and then there's scheduling. We recently added support for scheduling through Wix because turns out a lot of small businesses are using Wix, and yeah, there's a lot more here. But okay, so there's a few tools. Let me actually, I'm gonna leave a few. Actually, let me delete these. Let's actually create these tools as we go. I'm gonna delete that. Scheduling, I can delete it too. We don't need CRM notes for now. Okay, so that's it. This is the simplest form of agent ready to pick up phone calls. Let me actually just dial right in and see how it works so far. So I'm gonna dial it from my phone and then put it in speaker.
This call may be recorded. Thank you for calling Crave Theory. I am an intelligent assistant that can answer any questions you may have. How may I help you?
Hey, where are you guys located?
We're at 123 Test Street, Austin, Texas. Would you like me to text you the address for easy reference?
Yes, please.
Just to confirm, would you like me to send the address to your number, +1720341?
Yeah, that's my phone number.
The address has been sent to your phone. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with.
All right, as you can see, that's all it took to get an AI agent that was able to tell me the address and send me a text message. The best part about this is your customers are more likely to actually click on the direction and navigate to your restaurant instead of having to find it in Google and all that. Like this just helps you reduce more and more friction from your customer's journey, which is a big use case for AI these days. Okay, let's move on from that. Any questions so far? Okay, so no questions is good. So let's create another scenario. With a restaurant, reservations are common. So let's create a scenario where the AI agent can handle reservations. So this is going to be, let's make this a little more dynamic and let's add a few more caveats to this. So when someone wants a reservation, let's do a few things. First, ask for the name of the person requesting reservation, right? And then maybe we'll need ask for the number of people in their party. So we probably want to know how many people you need the reservation for. And then also ask for when they would like the reservation for, right? Okay. So once we have all the piece of information, let's make this dynamic. If the number of people is less than 5, so let's do it. So let's build this workflow so that if the number of people is less than 5, let's automate this flow. But then if it's more than 5, maybe the restaurant doesn't have too many tables that support a party of more than 5. Then we probably want to maybe request a manager to confirm or something like that. So let's see how this works. check our calendar and schedule a time. Easy as that, right? And if the number of people is more than 5, then text the manager with all the details of the reservation and transfer call to the manager. Okay, so this seems like a pretty decent workflow. When someone wants a reservation, we're gonna ask for all the details. If it's less than 5 people, we can automatically use the calendar tool to schedule that. If it's more than 5 people, we're gonna text the manager with all the details and then also transfer the call so that when the manager picks up the phone call, they already have context in terms of what the reservation looks like. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now you can make this as dynamic as you want. The agent has information about what time it is currently and a lot of other details. So you could even say something like, if it's during office hours, transfer to the manager. If it's not during the restaurant open hours, then maybe like send a text message. So you can make it as dynamic as you want. I'll leave it at this for now. Okay, saving that. Now let's quickly look into our testing environment here. Actually, before we do that, I need to add our scheduling tool. So what I'm going to do here is I will use my personal calendar. So you can configure a few different things when it comes to scheduling. First, there's a way to create availability slots. This is like where you kind of define when there's scheduling is available. For now, I'm going to leave it at default. Duration, okay, let's just say 60 minutes is the average duration for the meeting. Minimum lead time, I'm just going to say 30 minutes. Maximum lead time, let's not let people schedule more than 7 days before the actual thing. Okay, let's add this here. All right, that's it. Now, let's go to testing here just so we can test it out. So first, let's talk about the testing environment a little bit. There are a few different ways to test your agent. There's voice. Now, this voice testing environment will let you talk to your agent directly from your browser. So, as you're building, you can quickly test things right here. The second option is phone call. So if you want to see what things sound like when you're on a phone, you can definitely do that as well. And then the third option here is to just kind of chat with the agent. Just to make it easy, let's just go ahead and chat with the agent. Hey, can I get a reservation? Let's see what it says. Can I get your name? Yeah, it's... How many people will be in your party? I'm gonna say 4 because I wanna show you how the scheduling works. When would you like the reservation for? Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Perfect. Your reservation for a party of 4 is confirmed tomorrow at 2 p.m. And then, you can look at the details. Now, let's quickly go to my calendar here. All right. And there we go. The reservation is ready. Okay. So as you can see, that's working great. Let's move on from that. By the way, feel free to drop questions down there. It looks like Ashish has been answering a lot of them, and then we'll answer some of these kind of as we go at the end. We'll have a Q&A section at the end. So if you have some questions that you think might be answered, as we go through the demo, feel free to write them down, and we'll talk about them at the end if we don't answer them. Okay. All right, so that's that. The other one is maybe like we'll do a simple complaint gathering. So if someone has a complaint about or just complaint, yeah, gather the details along with callback information and text it to the manager. I mean, you probably have an idea of how all this works now. So I'm going to add a new tool called send text message to manager. And then I'm going to add phone number here. You can add multiple recipients for the text messages. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, that's it. Now the agent will be able to gather details of a complaint and then send it to a manager. Um, Now, maybe another one could be missing delivery orders, right? A lot of people order online from restaurants, so missing delivery orders are common. If someone wants to report missing delivery order, let's make this a little bit dynamic. Ask them if they ordered from Uber Eats, DoorDash, or Grubhub. And if they ordered from Uber Eats or Grubhub, tell them to contact the company directly, as they will handle refunds directly. If they ordered from DoorDash, ask for what they ordered and when. Email our front desk and the manager with the details. But actually, you know what? Let's make this even more fun. Let's actually log it to a spreadsheet. Why don't we do that? So let's do this. Log the details of the order to our spreadsheet. Or I'm just going to say to Google Sheets for now. Tell the caller we will get back to them shortly. Okay. Now you might be wondering, how do we add this to Google Sheets? This is where Zapier integrations come to play. So why don't we build an integration that will let us send all this to Google Sheets directly? So first, I'm going to create a Zapier trigger here. The name is going to be what I described to the AI agent, which is log to Google Sheets. And then expected variables. Now these are like different pieces of information we'll be collecting from the call and then passing to Zapier. So this would be things like in this case, since it's about order, let's say order, or let's just say items for the items, and then time, and then what else do we need? Maybe the name of the caller. Okay, that's all we need to send. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and add this now. So we have that tool. The next part of this is connecting this on Zapier. So I'm gonna go back here. You know what? Let me just delete all of this and start from the beginning. Actually, let's just create a new one. Let me go back to my Zaps. Oh, so this is Zapier. If you don't know, Zapier is an integration platform that'll let you connect different tools together to create like a very complex workflow if needed. So let's go ahead and create a new Zap. And what we're gonna do here is first, it's gonna let you pick a trigger. So in this case, we're gonna find Echo in. Oh, it's already a top app here. Okay, and then it's going to ask for what triggers this zap. So zaps are just workflows. Think of them as workflows. So in this case, the agent is going to trigger the zap. And I've already like connected my account here with Zapier, but it's really easy to do. You basically get a API key from here, and then just paste it in Zapier. It'll kind of guide you through that. So that part is not relevant here. And then now there's one called log to Google Sheets. Let me refresh this. What did I call this one? This is not enabled. Oh yeah, it is log to Google Sheets. Okay. So as you can see, my Zap does show up here. So this will let me pick which tool is going to trigger this. And then I'm just going to quickly test it. Ta-da, looks good. I'm going to continue. Okay, now what do we want to do with that data? We want to add it to Google Sheets. So what do we want to do there? We want to create a spreadsheet row. There we go. And then I'm just going to pick which spreadsheet. Oh, wait, wrong one. Missing orders. That's the one we want to use. Okay. And you can like pick the worksheets and everything. This is all like pretty self-explanatory. Now, first, let me show you what the sheet looks like. So I just have a simple sheet with like three different header items: name, time, and items. These are the same exact things that I sent from here, but we just need to kind of connect which is which here in Zapier. So it's asking me, so it took a look at these headers, and now it's asking me which data coming from EchoN is relevant here. So I'm gonna hit plus. So there's a caller ID name. I'm just gonna quickly map that. The time should be coming in here, and then the items should be coming in as items. That's it. So you might be wondering like where Zapier gets all these from. This is based on whatever we put here. So anything you add here will come up as an option in Zapier, in case you were wondering. Okay, that all looks great. Let's quickly test it. Yep, that says it's good. So I'm just gonna hit publish. Okay, that's it. Now it's connected. I'm gonna quickly rename this log to Google Sheets. Okay, now that it's all connected, that's pretty much all we need to log things to Google Sheets. But the beauty of this is that, you know, instead of just Google Sheets, you can literally send that data anywhere, whether that's your CRM, whether that's your law firm management software, whether that's your e-commerce platform. I mean, the potential is endless. So why don't we go ahead and test that? Actually, I think it's going to be a fun one. By the way, I just realized that my face is not showing. Oh, there we go. All right, let me go ahead and dial this number again.
This call may be recorded. Thank you for calling Crave Theory. I am an intelligent assistant that can answer any questions you may have. How may I help you?
Hey, my order from 2 hours ago still hasn't arrived.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Did you place your order through Uber Eats, DoorDash, or Grubhub?
It was through DoorDash.
Got it. Can you tell me what you ordered and the approximate time you placed the order? I'll log the details and make sure we follow up on this for you.
Yeah, it was around 11 a.m. and I think I ordered a samosa and a Diet Coke.
Thanks for sharing the details. I've logged your order and we'll get back to you shortly to resolve this. Let me know if there's anything else I can assist you with.
Nope, thank you. Okay, as you can see, as we were looking at the sheet here, number 4 populated with samosa and Diet Coke, 11 a.m. But yeah, I hope this gives you an idea of how this works. I mean, you can really take this above and beyond and create whatever type of automation you want just using this. Okay, let's go back now. So maybe let's create some other scenario. Okay, I have one in mind. A lot of questions. I mean, a lot of people ask if a restaurant has outdoor seating available, and you know, a lot of times they want to bring their dog, or when, you know, if you live in a place like Florida or something, if the weather is nice, you probably want to sit outside. So let's build something for that. When someone asks if we have outdoor seating, let's make this little more dynamic. You know, a lot of restaurants do have outdoor seating or patios, and the catch here is that if it's too cold outside, or if it's like raining or something, the patio might be closed. Why don't we create a system where the agent will tell the callers in real time if the patio is open or not based on the weather? So let's do that. First, I'm going to ask the agent to check the weather. And if the weather is sunny or cloudy, let them know our patio is open. If it's raining, tell them that we do have a patio, but it is currently closed. That's it, right? Okay, you might be wondering where we're gonna check the weather from. So for that, we're actually gonna use a HTTP REST API. Now, this is kind of a more advanced use case, but I just wanted to show you that it's possible to integrate your agents with much more dynamic data sources that are external to our platform. So, one example is like, let's say you're a bank and you want your callers to be able to call in and ask about their account balance, right? In those cases, you can gather, maybe you'll gather like an account pin or something like that to authenticate the account. You will send that information out to your backend system, which will then authenticate the user based on the phone number and the account pin, and then provide that balance back to the agent. And the agent will be able to then tell you, the account balance or anything else like that. So in this case, we're going to check the weather. I've actually built like a little test API here that's going to send back a weather response. In this case, I'm just going to hard code thunderstorm just to kind of see what it does. And then we're just going to use that API. So I'm just going to copy the link to that API here. Again, if you don't understand APIs and webhooks and HTTP REST and all of that, don't worry about it. This, for the most part, you don't even need something like this. Okay, so that's that. Description is check weather, and then the webhook URL is that. Now, as you can see in this API, we're sending a response of weather, and we do want the agent to be able to read that. So I'm going to add weather here, and that's it. Now, we have an agent that can check the weather and dynamically tell us if the patio is open or not. Okay, time for, how should we test this? Maybe this time we'll actually use the voice chat option here to test it. Okay, let's go ahead and start a session. By the way, I'm not sure if Webinar Kit is going to share the audio from my browser. And you know what? Let me just dial it in because I don't know if this audio is going to get shared.
This call may be recorded. Thank you for calling Cray Siri. I am an intelligent assistant that can answer any questions you may have. How may I help you?
Hey, I was thinking about bringing my dog there and was wondering if you guys have any outdoor seating.
Unfortunately, the weather is showing thunderstorms today, so our patio is currently closed. Let me know if there's anything else I can help with.
Okay. As you can see, I was able to call the API, get that information, and then use that in the platform. Okay, cool. That's instructions in a nutshell. I know we covered a lot of different things. You can make the agent as simple as you want or as complex as you want. The sky is really the limit here. And the thing is, there's no right or wrong way to do instructions. Typically, if a person can understand it, the agent can most likely understand it too. So that's instructions. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Is there anything else you guys want to explore here in the instruction section? I'll wait a second while I sip on my coffee.